Winter is coming.
Leah, it's literally Christmas right now. Winter is already here, global warming notwithstanding.
Ugh, fine.
Anyway, hello everyone, I'm Birdie. Here with me are Leah and Bricky. And of course, our favorite little bird, Tittle.
You won't need to wait till Boxing Day to receive your good tidings because we're back to give you some fun facts about the Christmas season.
As always, we also have a book recommendation so you can cozy down with a hot chocolate in one hand and a good book in the other. As you imagine a glowing hearth you can sit next to and hang stockings on.
Wait, if Santa Claus comes down the chimney, what does he do for families with no chimneys or a fireplace?
I'm sure everyone already knows that Christmas celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. But for those of you who have been living under a rock for the last century, here's a quick obligatory recap on the story of the Nativity.
An angel decreed to the Virgin Mary that she'll have a baby. When Joseph, Mary's betrothed, learns about her pregnancy, angels tell them that the baby's name is Jesus, the Son of God, and he'll deliver the Israelites. The holy pair head off from Nazareth to Bethlehem. The town was extremely crowded with no place to stay, so they spent the night in a stable. Mary gives birth and places Jesus in a manger. 3 wise men find Jesus by following a star and offering him gold, incense, and myrrh. The holy pair then moved to Egypt after being told by angels that the King Herod wanted to hurt him.
In short, that's the reason why we celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December every year.
They're alive.
Christmas isn't Christmas without presents!
Leah, if you're going to be Joe March and quote Little Women, leave the dramatics for later.
Oh, come on, cheer up, Bricky. You should be happy in this festive season. With the 12 days of Christmas and the bright fires, the carolers, the feast, the decorations, and the church processions, all to celebrate the arrival of the Savior.
That's not always the case. Many of these traditions dated back to the early Mesopotamians, way before the birth of Jesus.
That's true. The middle of winter has long been a time of celebration around the world. Centuries before the Nativity of Christ, early Europeans celebrated the light and birth in the darkest days of winter in different ways, which brought us the many customs we have today.
In Scandinavia, the Norse celebrate Yule during the winter solstice. People would burn large logs and feast until the logs burnt out, which could take as many as 12 days. The Norse believed that each spark from the fire represented a new pig or calf that would be born during the coming year.
Oh, so that's where the 12 days of Christmas came from.
As for ancient Rome, they celebrate Saturnalia. Romans would throw masquerade parties on the streets, have feasts, visit friends, and exchange gifts. They also decked their halls with garlands of laurel and green trees lit with candles, which explains the wreaths and other decor associated with modern-day Christmas.
Then Christianity came, and its rise had many of these pagan customs banned. But, of course, these traditions were too popular to be suppressed, so they were gradually appropriated for the celebration of the birth of Christ.
If you've ever watched any Christmas program on TV, you probably think Santa Claus lives at the North Pole. That may not be entirely true. He isn't a polar bear. And besides, the North Pole is in the middle of an ocean. Unless Santa lives on a houseboat, he would have to live underwater. Across the Atlantic, though, everyone knows where Father Christmas lives. Finnish Lapland.
Currently, we consider Santa Claus Village as the official hometown of Santa. You can post a Christmas card from Santa Claus's main post office, and you can try husky sled rides at their husky park.
Road trip!
Leah, no. Christmas tales. Which should we introduce today?
A Christmas Carol?
That's overrated. Everyone knows about Scrooge and the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come.
What about The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? You know, from The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Ooh, one of my personal favorites, which also reminds me of one of my favorite TV programs, Sherlock, starring Blended Cucumber Patch.
We begin our story during Christmastime in London. 2 days after Christmas, John Watson goes to visit his partner, Sherlock Holmes, and sees him contemplating while staring at an old hat brought to him by the commissioner, Peterson. He had also discovered a dead goose next to the hat in the street on Christmas Day. Sherlock had taken the hat with him, but gave the goose to Peterson for his dinner.
The goose's left leg had a little ticket with a note for Mr. and Mrs. Henry Baker. The initials HB were also found in that old hat. However, things got even more mysterious when Peterson's wife had found a blue diamond in the goose that was supposed to be their dinner.
That gemstone is actually the blue carbuncle owned by the Countess of Mocha. It was stolen from the Countess Hotel Suite 5 days ago. John Horner, a plumber who works at the hotel, is suspected due to his previous records of being a convicted felon and is soon arrested for the theft. Horner pleads his innocence, but no one believes him.
Holmes suspects Baker and makes a concerted effort to find him. Fortunately, Baker appears before Holmes takes any action. Holmes gives Baker a new goose, and Baker happily accepts the gift, but refuses to take back his old bird, convincing Holmes that Baker is innocent.
The pair then trace the goose from a pub to a man named Breckenridge, who tells them that he got the goose from the oak shots in South London. Upon leaving, they find a weak man fighting with Breckenridge, asking for the goose. The man was James Ryder, the assistant manager of the hotel. Holmes brings him back to 221B Baker Street and accuses Ryder of being the true thief.
Ryder surrenders and tells them the truth. After making Horner the scapegoat of the theft, he goes to his sister, Mrs. Oakshott, and hides the jewel by putting it in one of her geese. He smuggles the goose to his friend who has experience in such crimes. But as they cut up the goose, the jewel was gone. Apparently, Ryder had mixed up his goose with another goose with a similar looking black tail, and the rest was history.
Holmes wants to put Ryder in jail, but finally decides that the best decision is to just let Ryder leave. Ryder flees the country, and Horner is expected to be freed since Ryder will be testifying as a witness.
Wow! That really reminds me of the English Club's very own detective story. And if you haven't checked it out, the 3rd chapter is available on our Instagram page and Wattpad account.
Moving on from that shameless self-promo. We have one last thing to do before we say our farewell.
Jingle bells, Christmas smells, a coffin, moss and hay. What? Christ is born, gifts galore on this holy day. Hey, Christians reign, pagans wane in the days of yore. Don't forget a walk with Chambers, Watson, Holmes, and more. Merry Christmas!
See you next year!